It likes to think first. It likes to act first.
Okay.
So you have to think about it very carefully. I think the odds are pretty good that, things should go in your favor, but they're also pretty good that they might not happen this month.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
And if it doesn't happen this month, I'd think again about switching lawyers if you can.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Thanks for calling.
What about on the romance side?
The romance. Okay. Did you meet someone in January?
No, we've been almost together for a year.
A year.
And he's 9 years older than I am. But he's been married 3 times, and he keeps on saying to me that he can't guarantee that he won't cheat on me down the line. So it's a deal where, yeah, he loves you, but he wants you and he doesn't want you.
Well, I think someone that says that, they're kind of, it's kind of, in a way, a peculiar way of saying something very nice to you, because I think usually if someone says that, the odds are they won't. It's the ones that don't that will.
Okay. Well, he says that before he does it, he'll tell me. So, thank you very much. But
I don't think that he's... What happened in January with him?
Well, we got into a big argument, and I got thrown out of the house, his apartment. He called me up, started crying, and said that he wanted me back. I was the best thing that happened to his life. And I came back.
Well, I think that is probably because the decision was that you came back, that's the way it's going to be with him.
Okay.
I think that he probably is someone that needs to learn how to express himself better, if he possibly can, and maybe you're in his life to help him do that. This Aquarian energy, you have a lot of planets in Aquarius, not just the sun, you have Venus there. You have unusual ways of communicating. You can work with him and help him to see, by trying different methods, ways of communicating, and it sounds like he needs to do that.
Okay. I'm trying.
All right. Keep at it.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you for calling. We're going to get to Teresa and Helen right after this word with Mary Michele on WVIP. The Delta Shuttle is offering a low $49 Saturday fare each way from New York to either Boston or Washington. Just make your reservations, purchase your tickets at least 3 days in advance, and fly anytime on either Saturday or Sunday through April. Flights conveniently depart every hour on the half hour for both Boston and Washington. So take a day trip for shopping, sightseeing, or to visit old friends with the Delta Shuttle's $49 fare. Alternate day returns are permitted at higher fares. Other restrictions may apply. Seats are limited. Call the Delta Shuttle for details. Call 1-800-WE-FLY-DEL. All right, let's get back to the phones at 241-1310. Mary Michele is here taking your calls on astrology. Teresa's on the line from Mount Kisco. Date of birth, February 16th, 1930. Teresa, good morning. You're on with Mary Michele.
Good morning.
Good morning, Teresa.
Good morning.
Did you have a particular question?
No, it's just what's going to, for the year, what's up for me for the year, health and everything else, whatever.
Okay, the Sun in Aquarius, the Moon in Libra, this is very harmonious. It's a very nice angle. Your ability to work between your conscious and your unconscious is good. The Moon in Libra, your ability to be feminine has great, you have great power in the feminine in terms of beauty. You know how to work well with beauty. Your mother was probably somebody that understood the nature of beauty and fairness. Mercury in Aquarius, so Venus in Aquarius, Mars, oh goodness, you have a lot of Aquarius here. What's been your background? Have you done sort of innovative, have you worked with social groups? Have you done something a little different and out of the ordinary?
I was a caregiver, and
Did you work with groups of people though?
I worked at no, not. Well, I did at one time, yes.
Because you're somebody, with all this Aquarian energy, you're somebody that's very good at the social conscious. You're good at inspiring groups of people.
Mm-hmm.
So this is something that I think if you can continue to do it, it's an ongoing thing that would be helpful for you. Did you enjoy that time in your life?
Yeah. Yes.
Are you working right now?
No, I'm retired.
Well, if you could go back and work with people, I think that this would be a good thing. Sometimes you might have ideas that would be a little ahead of their time. People might find them a little unusual. You might have to fight for your beliefs. But you are someone that is good at it, and Aquarius is what we call a fixed sign, so you're good at having your parameters, in place and having a place of structure to fight from. Certainly, with Uranus having gone into Aquarius in January, you're up for a time of looking for new ideas and trying to implement them. You might even feel like you're a little telepathic these days.
Okay, thank you very much.
All right, thank you for calling. All right, line 2 is Helen. Helen is calling from Bedford Hills. Date of birth, June 10th, 1936. I love the date, June 10th. Don't ask me why, but I do. Helen, good morning. You're on with Mary Michele.
Good morning.
Good morning. Did you get a question?
Yes, Mary. I'd like to know about my health and future traveling. We love to travel, and I don't see anything ahead of us, so...
Okay, well, did you travel a lot last year?
No. The year before, we went to Florida, and I have been to Italy, but we do love to travel a lot.
Okay, let's see, the sun in Gemini and the moon in Pisces. Do you have a daughter?
I have 2.
Emotionally, has there been a little difficulty there?
No.
No?
No.
Okay, well, anyway, your ability with the moon in Pisces for the last couple of years, it's been your own feminine, your own unconscious, and the projection, the women in your life. There might have been sort of a little lack of structure, a little bit of chaos. It might have been emotionally draining from time to time. It may not have been your daughters. It might have been, women in your life, or your own, trying to understand your own feminine nature.
Well, my husband is Pisces.
Is he?
He can do a lot of training, yes.
Okay, well, this is very good. They say... the psychologist Carl Jung, he was very much into astrology, or used it in many different ways. And this particular configuration that you have with the moon in Pisces and his sun in Pisces was known as the classic. It was the best component for a marriage.
Right.
So, maybe that's been a little chaotic over the last couple of years. But anyway, somehow in this unconscious area of your life, it's been a little difficult. But it's changed now. It's going on. You don't have to worry about that so much. You have a lot of Gemini. You have the sun in Gemini, Mercury, Venus, Mars. This means that you're definitely somebody that likes to keep on the move and usually likes to do 2 things at once. Gemini is a sign of the twins, that the capability is of being able to walk, listen to the radio, chew gum, do everything all at the same time.
Right.
So, I think that you, in terms of travel, what do you feel is holding you back?
Well, I have a 7-year-old grandson that I have custody of, and he's living with us, and I just thought maybe that would put a little burden on it. And also, money-wise, it takes money to travel today, and I just thought maybe something in the future would, happen that would help us financially.
Well, I think that it's probably a good time this year to really plan the trips. I don't see necessarily a lot of luck around the nature of travel this year. It doesn't mean that you won't travel. It just means that the focus would be more on you perhaps planning the trips.
Right.
And then in 97 would be a better time to actually make the trips happen. Is that helpful?
Well, yes, you did pretty well on that. And what about the health-wise?
Health. Well, Gemini rules the upper body, the lungs, the arms, so that in terms of, with all those planets in Gemini, you really are someone that needs to be outside, and you need to do a lot of breathing. I mean,
right.
Not that we don't all need to breathe, but you need to be more active in your breathing,
right.
Really get out and do walking or You need that.
Right, that's true. Right, that's true.
Okay?
Okay.
Thanks
Well,
for
you're
calling.
great help, Mary. Thank you very much.
Thanks.
All right, thank you. By the way, the number is 1-800-4-DISNEYS. Plan your trip. Go to Disney World. A 7-year-old, you will have as good a time as your grandson.
Oh, that's a good
will,
idea, Mike. I like that. That's perfect.
I see I'm a dupe of all this advertising because I see this all the time. Oh, okay. It's 22 minutes past the hour. We're going to get back with Mary Michele. We have open lines at 241-1310. Want to remind you that the post offices in Brewster, Purchase, Rye, White Plains, and Yorktown will be open to midnight tonight, and this will allow you to get your taxes in. We're going to get to Michael, and I hope that's Pam. I'm not sure. I can't read the handwriting here. We'll find out momentarily. Back with Mary Michele in 1.
Are you thinking of making a dramatic change in your home? Beauty, elegance, and simple efficiency to any of your rooms? There's a simple solution, and you'll find it at Champion Tile.
Here in the neighborhood, conveniently located across from the post office in downtown Bedford Hills. Champion Tile has a huge selection of Saloni ceramic tile from Spain, Century shower and tub enclosures, and the finest imported tiles from Italy for your individual taste, and all under one roof.
Ceramic tile not only adds beauty to any room, but nothing compares with their strength and durability. And you know, of course, they're so easy to clean and maintain.
Champion Tile has one of the largest supplies of Italian and Spanish ceramic tiles in the entire area, and hundreds of decorative borders as well. And what's more, at prices that can't be beat.
It's Champion Tile beyond all others. Champion selection for neighborhood service, for savings without equal.
And for your convenience, Champion Tile is nearby in downtown Bedford Hills, across from the post office. For your tile, simply dial 666-2828 for Champion Tile. All right, let's get back to the phones. Mary Michele is here taking your calls on astrology at 241-1310. Michael is calling from Mount Kisco, date of birth July 1st, 1959. Almost a full Cancer. He is a Cancer, isn't he?
Definitely.
Oh, good morning, Michael. You're on with Mary Michele. Is that Michael?
Hello?
It's Michael.
It's Michal.
Michal. Oh, I know this lady.
You could say it better than that.
Right. Hey, listen, you know, I can't read other people's handwriting. It's like mine. Good morning, Michael.
How are you?
Oh.
I'm just wondering, I hate doing this, but I'm really curious what you think in business.
Okay. All right, July 1st, 1959. You have the sun in Cancer and the moon in Taurus.
Right.
Which is, you know your chart?
Well, not that well.
Do you know your ascendant?
No.
No. Okay. The moon in Taurus is, you get what you need. It's the best place for the moon. It's exalted. So in terms of money, money will always come to you when you need it. Is there an authority problem in the workplace?
No. My husband and I are doing this joint venture that we're just doing, and I'm just curious how you thought that might go.
Well, you have a lot of planets in Leo. You have Mercury, Venus, Mars, Uranus in Leo. You're kind of a theatrical person.
Is he laughing?
Mike's laughing. Does he know you?
Yes, I do. I know her husband also. It's okay.
All right. Well, anyway, you have all of this theater. So, it can be theater or it can be working with children.
Uh-huh.
So if you... do you want to tell me what it is?
It's more computer oriented. It's more
high tech.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So,
well, I think that you're a good salesperson. All this stuff in Leo means that sales is about theater. You've got to be able to entertain them and, convince them to buy and that kind of thing and make it fun. Usually people will sign the contract more when it's fun. So, if you're doing that aspect of the business, I would think that you would be very good at it. You have Saturn and Capricorn. There's a lot of luck in the structure for you this year, in creating structure. So if you're trying to set something up, it should... You have luck in terms of setting up that particular structure. Well, is there a particular problem with the business?
No. It's just brand new, and I was just hoping you were going to say it was going to be wonderful. That's all. Well,
I think it will be wonderful, but, I think that The nature of Cancer is someone that does, the sun in Cancer, that's all you have really in Cancer. You don't have a lot of planets there. But nevertheless, the sun is the most important planet. And usually Cancer is someone that needs a tremendous amount of reassurance. And the irony, of course, is that they're leaders. So it's like the leader needs to be reassured. And, I think
that's very true, actually.
Yeah, and you're going to be fine, really. And you have to trust this childlike quality of Leo because you have so much of it. And be the child and have fun with it. And don't worry so much.
Okay.
Michele, I'm sorry that I got your name wrong,
That's
but now
all
I
right.
know who you are. I will say she's almost right on the nose on
Yeah,
this
that's
one.
pretty good, I have to say. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you for calling. Let's get to Palm. Palm is calling from Mount Kisco. Date of birth is April 3rd, 1964. That's I'm sorry?
No, I'm sorry. I wasn't talking to you.
Oh, okay. You're on with Mary Michele.
Hello, Mary Michele. How are you this morning?
I'm fine. How are you?
A little, I don't know, upset, a little, things are just in turmoil here, and I need something to help me. Something's got to help me.
Okay. All right. April 3rd,
Yes.
1964.
Yes.
The sun in Aries, the moon in Capricorn. This is a hard angle. It makes it difficult sometimes to resolve, the inner polarities of trying to be conscious and unconscious, the breast of being, the breast of doing, your ability sometimes to create the space and the time to relax is probably the most difficult for you. But in terms of the feminine in yourself, in your life, your mother, your children, if you have daughters,
Not yet.
your female friends, all of that aspect of your life is being kind of enhanced and exposed, and there's a lot of luck around it. So if you are, is there one area in particular that you're kind of concerned about?
Yeah, I guess so. We were just recently married, my boyfriend and I, okay? And out of goodwill, we had my brother-in-law, his brother, live with us, okay? He's moved in with us. Now he's like totally dominated. I mean, he will not do anything to, compensate us monetary-wise. I mean, he won't give me any money for like any of the utility bills, for the grocery bills. He just comes in here, waltzes around like he's the king, and then we're the ones who don't understand him.
Well, you're going to struggle with this guy. There's no question that you're going to struggle with him. But I think that, if you plan it out, if you don't react, with all these planets in Aries, you have a lot of planets in Aries. You have the sun in Aries, you have Mercury, Mars, Jupiter, you have a lot of Aries. And I think, as you know, Aries is the sign of the warrior. It's the great initiator. It's a cardinal sign. It's somebody that likes to be in charge of their life and certainly in their own home, usually likes to have their own business. So you are going to have some conflict with him but what you want to try and do, as, the nature of your energy is more to be kind of in the face, is you want to get very calm, find a place in yourself where you can be very, very calm, and trust the feminine side of yourself, because the moon in Capricorn is being helped this year. So you can get to him through honey much quicker than through vinegar.
Right.
Okay? So keep that in mind, and I think you'll be able to do something about it.
Oh, I hope so.
Okay, don't lose your temper.
I'll try not to.
All right.
Thanks for calling, Palm. It's now 9:31 at WVIP. We'll be back with Mary Michele about a minute and 12 seconds away. Now's the time to apply Intercept to control insects in their dormant stage and to reduce the risk. Mary Michele is here taking your calls on astrology. We do have one open line at 241-1310. And they call her Mary, November 13th, what? You don't
I
like
love
my
it when you sing to me, or are you singing to the lady on the phone? Who are you singing to, Mike?
I'm speaking to Mary now. If you want to answer, you can. Mary from Mount Kisco is on the phone, November 13th, 53. Good morning. You're on with Mary Michele.
How are you? Nice song.
Would you want me to continue or not? If I were you, I'd say stop while you're ahead.
Sounded good to me. Yeah. Hi, Mary Michele. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, thank you. Right now, everything in my life seems to be at a standstill. Can you see
what's going to be happening in the next few months, what changes or whatever.
Okay, you have the sun in Scorpio, as you know, and you have the moon in Aquarius. This is a hard angle. Was there something in particular that happened in January? It might have been, again, with the feminine part of yourself, or the women in your life, mothers, daughters, aunts, lady doctors.
No, in what respect? What do you mean?
Well, it's just that there was a big shift. The planet Uranus went into its own sign, and it was conjoining your moon. The moon usually represents the feminine in our lives. So if there was something in particular that happened, I can't say exactly what it might have been, but it would color the way that you're perceiving your feminine side, and that is probably the difficulty more than all this Scorpio energy, because the Scorpio energy, there's nothing adverse really happening to it right now.
I'm very close to my sister, but we have a very good relationship. But nothing, major bad has happened like at that time. I mean, we're very close. That's, great relationship. And I'm closest to her.
Are you looking to do something with yourself that where the confusion might be around how to be more pliable? Scorpio, are you working?
Babysitting, yes.
Scorpio is a sign that, is a hard worker. It's very good at working, and, you know how to do it. You know how to get ahead and orchestrate things, organize things.
But just like right now, like everything is, I'm like stuck like in the middle. I don't know, where I'm supposed to go, what moves I'm supposed to make. I don't know.
Are you looking for other kinds of work?
I'm concentrating maybe on moving. I'm leaving the area, or I'm wondering if you see something like that, maybe late fall, making a major move.
Well, I know, but what is behind what is the impulse behind to move? What are you hoping for where you're going?
Just to start maybe a new life, to start over. Just to.
Well, I
feel that there's nothing for me here.
Right, but the thing is that, whatever you decide to do, Scorpio, you can make it happen. You have a lot of stuff in Scorpio, and you will make it happen, but it's this confusion, it's this Aquarian energy that is causing it. It's the feminine part of yourself. Your ability to mother yourself is being frustrated right now. You need to take time to be. If you're going to move, it will be a whole lot more helpful for you to have a particular reason. Purpose, a sense of direction. Scorpio is about purpose. It's about control. It's about power. And if you don't have that sense of purpose and direction, it's going to be very, very difficult for you to move. I don't mean that you won't, because whatever, as a Scorpio, whatever you decide to make happen, you will make happen.
I will make it happen.
But it's better if
I feel like I have like a strong desire to go. I'm like half and half.
But when you go, take the journey inward first.
Okay.
Okay. You want to go inside and figure out what it is you want to get, what you're hoping to accomplish.
Okay.
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 That's the focus.
And could you quickly tell me about my health, how that is, or?
I have some other people waiting. Do you think you could call back next week?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, great.
Thank you, Mary.
Thanks.
Bye.
Thanks
Did I make you want to move? Is that the whole thing?
No, Mike. Don't worry. I've been thinking about it a long time.
Oh, okay. All right, Mary. Have a good day. Let's continue with the phones now. Mark is on line 4. Mark's date of birth is September 9th, 1931, 9/9/31, calling from Croton Falls. Mark, good morning. You're on with Mary Michele.
Hello, Mike. My name is Marge, not Marge.
Marge. Oh, there's no G here. I got a K.
He wants to bring some. I almost called him she. He wants to bring some. He's chewing the paper. Okay.
Hello, Mary.
How are you?
I'm sorry, Marge. You're on with Mary Michele.
That's all right. Thank you.
9/9/31.
Yes.
Okay.
I have a lot of things going on in my life. Right now I'm home recuperating from bronchitis, and I just want to know where some of those are going to go.
Some of what? I didn't get it.
Business. I have business. I have some things in the fire, and I'm at limbo now. I don't know really which way to go with them.
Okay, well, you have a lot of planets in Virgo. You have the Sun in Virgo, you have Mercury in Virgo, Venus in Virgo, Neptune in Virgo. You're very organized. All those qualities, compound it when you have as many planets as you do. So you take the qualities of Virgo, which I think you probably know is about organizing, analyzing. Virgos work very well with details, with computers. The downside of Virgo is that because it's ruled by the planet Mercury, which it really is much more comfortable with the sign of Gemini, that ability to flit from one thing to the next and to be the duality. Virgo is a mutable sign, so it's dual. You can do two things at once, but it's hard for you, and what happens is that you end up holding it in your stomach, particularly. There's the idea of nervousness is very strong with the sign of Virgo, and you have a lot there. It's all of those planets are being helped this year by the planet Jupiter. So you should be able to expand if you can get past your being self-critical. But you have to jump over that. You kind of have to take a leap of faith, because there is a lot there to help you this year, but you have to stop the mind from working. Mercury, the planet that rules Virgo, rules the mind, and you have Mercury in Virgo. So you have a very quick mind, and what you want to do is slow it down.
Oh, thank you. That's the first time I've heard that said. Thank you very much.
I think that will be helpful, and then you'll be able to focus on which one of these problems, take them one at a time.
Okay, Mary.
Okay?
Thank you very much.
Thanks for calling.
All right, thank you for calling. I'm sorry,
What have you done now, Mike? I missed it. What, can't you see?
Marge. No, it's... Didn't read properly. What can I tell you?
Oh.
We have one open line with Mary Michele. We're going to get to Anne Marie and to Gina just a couple of seconds away, and we'll be back in 1 minute.
Your hometown Gannett Suburban newspaper has a special deal called 8 for 1 Action Classified. Start your ad before June 9th. If it doesn't sell the first week, we'll keep running it free up to 8 weeks. Call Gannett Classifieds, 1-888-300-SOLD.
And I sold my stair stepper, first caller, my lava lamp, and my solar-powered waffle iron.
I'm flabbergasted.
And you're not very flabbergastable. So many people read these ads, I can sell anything. Sold my aquarium. Turns out my new landlord won't allow pets.
Oh.
I exchanged the fish at the pet store for some canine clothing that I think just might fit my nephew.
Well, you're creative. So how are you going to spend all the money you made?
Got a great deal in the classifieds. A snowblower. See, I heard this year's blizzard was a prelude to the next ice age.
What about global warming?
I could turn it on its side, use it as a fan.
Right.
8 for 1. Just $1 per line per day. Minimum 3 lines, 7 days for merchandise under $3,500. Some restrictions apply. Call 1-888-300-SOLD. 1-888-300-SOLD. Make the most of where you live with your hometown Gannett Suburban newspaper.
All right, let's see if we can get the names right this morning. We're on with Mary Michele.
The sexes, Mike.
What?
The sexes. You have to get the sexes right.
Mary Michele. Now, I can read her name because it's in big crayon letters in front of me. Anne Marie, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Oh, good. Anne Marie's date of birth is December 29th, 51. Calling from Yorktown, you're on with Mary Michele.
Good morning, Mary Michele.
Hi, Anne Marie. How are you?
Fine, thank you.
Did you have a particular question?
I just wanted to know what was going to go on with my life.
Okay, well, you have the sun in Capricorn, as you know, and the moon in Capricorn, so you were born at the new moon, which gives you tremendous focus. You're someone that, has the ability to decide what it is that you want to do. The Capricorn, of course, is highly structured and is usually, there's a certain amount of ambition to the sign of Capricorn. And in business, do you have a business or do you work?
No, I'm not working at present, but I just started selling a little bit of jewelry out of the house.
That's perfect. I think that's a good kind of business for you to do. Let's see, Venus and Scorpio. Is it real jewelry?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Because Venus and Scorpio deals with what comes out of the earth, like the real deal, diamonds, rubies, that kind of thing. So it's not like synthetic jewelry, which is, man-made or whatever. So that's good. Mars in Libra. Okay, your ability to fight, you sometimes it's very hard for you to fight for what you need or what you want. This Mars, and probably with men sometimes, you particularly have difficulty. You probably fight with women all right, but men it's a little difficult.
Yes.
Yeah. You want to try to understand them too much. You know, sometimes it's okay to not understand them. You can just be mad for the sake of being mad.
Okay.
You know, it's perfectly, it's healthy. It's a healthy thing to do. But Libra does